Hey everybody, I just want to do a quick video and talk about George Romero, who died yesterday at the age of 77. Anyone who's into horror, anyone who watches The Walking Dead, anyone who is into anything relating to horror really owes a huge debt to George Romero. George Romero created the modern zombie as we know it today. As far as Walking Dead, not just the show, actual Walking Dead. Earlier, before Romero, a lot of the zombies were just, they weren't dead. They were just being controlled. They weren't all there upstairs. And George Romero changed that. They were dead. They feasted on the flesh of the living. The whole gunshot to the head that kills them. That was George Romero. He did Night of the Living Dead, which is 1968, which is still, I think, the greatest zombie movie ever made. He followed that up with Dawn of the Dead. He followed that up with Day of the Dead. And together, just maybe the greatest horror trilogy of all time. And he just means a lot to people like me who I've been a horror fan since I was a young kid, since before I should be watching this stuff or reading this stuff. And I used to get Fangoria magazines, and there was always something about George Romero in these. I used to keep them stashed in my room. My mom found them once and made me throw them out because she thought they were evil. I was going to be a serial killer or something. I don't know why, but she didn't like them. But I've always been into horror, and George Romero's always been a big part of that. In addition to Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, there's also Land of the Dead, which I actually think is underrated. That was basically the last real good zombie movie he's made, but as far as I'm concerned, he's also done things like Martin, The Crazies, Creepshow with Stephen King. He adapted Stephen King's novel The Dark Half for a movie, which is pretty good. He's just a legend as far as horror goes, and it's a shame that he's gone. I still think he had one really great zombie movie left in him. Some of the ones he made after Land of the Dead were watchable, but it just didn't have the same, wasn't the same as, obviously, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead were the best ones. Land of the Dead, I still think is pretty good. Not as good as those three. But like I said, if you watch The Walking Dead, one of the biggest shows on TV, that wouldn't exist without George Romero. He's a legend, and he will be missed. And I plan on watching those movies very soon in tribute to him. It's sad that he's gone. Also, check out the Empire of the Dead comic book series he did, which I believe is being adapted into a TV show. So we'll see if that's still happening with his death. But if you're into that kind of stuff, go back, watch these movies. This is where it all started. And rest in peace, George Romero. We love you.